Alright, so since you guys wanted to hear about my football career, that's what we're going to get into right now. So, I actually started playing football at the age of, I would say, 5 years old. And the first football I ever played was flag football. And I played flag football for a while, and I'm not gonna lie, I was one of the chubby kids. All right, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. But yeah, I was about 5 years old, and I was on a football team called the Cowboys for my first ever year. And like I said, it was flag. And the reason why I bring up being a chubby kid is that I was a center on the flag football team. Yeah, it sounds so enticing, doesn't it? But anyway, I played flag football for 1 year, and immediately following that first year, I really, really wanted to get into tackle football. So I joined tackle football the following year at the age of 6. We used to have a league called Pop Warner, and that was when you played football before you were in middle school. And it was tackle, and it was a really, really nice league actually. Anyway, I joined the Pop Warner League, and my first ever team I joined was called the Bobcats. And I was still a big guy, so my first year I played center again. And yeah, from then until the sixth grade, I was on a tackle football team, and I usually had the same coach every year, so I was still center my pretty much my whole Pop Warner career. So I got to middle school, 7th grade, and in my city, I don't know about you guys, but that's the first year that you can play tackle football for your school in 7th grade. So I joined the 7th grade football team, and so wait, before I get to that, let me just tell you guys, I really, really loved football. It was my passion. Like, it's all I thought about. All I watched was NFL. All I did was play outside of real football. I would be just outside playing football with my friends in the neighborhood. It was my passion at the time, guys. And so the reason I say that is just to paint a context of the story. You know what I mean? And so dang it. So I joined my 7th grade football team, and I'm actually playing center, but I'm also playing linebacker. So because I had finally gotten a little bit more in shape to where I could, get around the field a little faster. And so that was my two positions. I was playing both sides of the ball, and I was actually on the A team. Although I was short, I was still on the A team, and I was doing work, playing linebacker and playing center. And so I played through the 7th and 8th grade. Had a great time. Had a great seasons throughout both of those years, and so my love of football grew even more. So then, after the 8th grade, obviously, well, I'm not obviously. I know it might be different everywhere, but I go to high school. So I start playing high school football, and unfortunately, I was on the JV B team. Nothing wrong with that, but that's the way it went. And I was also still playing center and linebacker. I was a starter and everything, and I was still loving football at this time. I still felt like I had potential, and I was happy with how things were going. Although I was on the B team, so I continue to play all the way throughout my ninth grade year, freshman year, on the JV B team. And then after that, I moved a completely different city. I moved 4 hours away, and so I joined a new team, and this team has colleges looking at them. The school I was at was actually a pretty big deal in football. Like, we were a very good team. It was a very good program, and so I am only playing linebacker at this point, because I was a lot more in shape at this time. Still a big guy, but I was a lot more in shape. So I wasn't playing any lineman at all. I was only playing linebacker. And so this is my sophomore year, so I was on JV again, and this year I was also on the B team, which was very, pretty disheartening. But I didn't let it stop me because I was a new person in the city. I was not worried about it. The coaches didn't know me like they knew these other guys from middle school because I was in a whole new city. You know what I mean? So I didn't let it get me down. I just played my heart out. And I honestly had a great season. So many tackles. I made so many tackles. I just had a great season, guys. It was one. I'm not gonna lie. That was the funnest football season of my life. Literally the funnest football season of my life. Can't even lie. And so I played that season out, and so here after that it becomes summertime once the school year's over. So once it comes to summertime, we start having two-a-days. And like I said, I had a great season the year before. But this is where the hiccups start to happen. So we start two-a-days, and I'm very excited to get going. But something crazy happened. I start my two-a-days, and there's a freshman. Keep in mind, I'm only 5'6". So I think probably at that time I was already this tall. I'm pretty sure I was already the same height I am right now. And I start my two-a-days, and y'all aren't going to believe this, dude. There is literally a freshman that is 6 foot, I don't know, 6 foot something, dude. This guy is huge and about 250 pounds, but athletic. And get this, the guy is literally our varsity star quarterback is this guy's older brother. And he comes in at the same exact position as me. So this whole time I had a great season the year before on JV. I thought I was going varsity. I thought for 100% I'm going varsity. I was like, dude, I just had an insane season. I'm playing my heart out. The coaches like me. But like I said, that guy comes in and he's just a freaking specimen, dude. He's a freaking specimen. And I'm like, nah, bro, how am I going to compete with this? But even though that happened, they still had me like practicing with varsity. Although I was on JV at the time, they had me running varsity drills and stuff. So I'm thinking, yeah, I'm going to be on varsity my junior year. And I was very hyped, dude. And you're not going to believe this. Whenever they start passing out the jerseys for who's going to be on varsity, they put me on JV again on my junior year. After I just had an insane season, coaches love me. And I'll tell you what happened. They just made the right decision. They weren't gonna put me on varsity over that huge freshman guy, dude. Like how could they possibly make that decision? They can't, dude. That doesn't make sense for the team, you know what I mean? And I wasn't going for that, dude. They told me I was gonna be on JV again as a junior, and I wasn't having it. Right then and there, I quit my football team. And that broke my heart, dude. I did not want to quit because I loved football. I loved it so much. I literally thought I was going to go to the NFL. I know everyone thinks that, and I didn't realize how short I was until then. That's when I had a reality check. I thought I was going to the NFL, but turns out I'm small. And I couldn't believe it, dude. But like I said, I was not going to play on JV again. It broke my heart. I was not going to play on JV again. It just wasn't happening. So I quit right then and there. And honestly, that's one of the biggest regrets of my entire life, dude. I'm not kidding. I wish I didn't quit because you never know what could happen, dude. That guy could have, like, I'm not trying to prey on his downfall or anything, but anything could happen, dude. He could get hurt. He could get moved to a different position, and then they would have moved me up right then and there. You know what I mean? But I didn't stick it out. And that's one of my biggest regrets. I wish I would have just stuck it out and see what happened. They could have switched me positions, you know? And maybe, who knows, I could have played one more year on JV, and then the next year, you know, anything could have happened. I would have moved to varsity my senior year. Who knows? Maybe I could have stood out like crazy and made it, you know, to college, dude. Because I'm telling you, I really was good. You know, now that I'm telling this story, I'm gonna do a reaction to my highlights of that season that I'm telling you guys about. I have a really awesome highlight video from that last season that I played where I killed it, and I'm gonna do a reaction video to that and post it here shortly. But yeah, man, if anything like that happens to you guys in the future, please don't quit, dude. Please don't give up, because I'm telling you right now, anything can happen, and it's just, that was one of the worst decisions I ever made, dude. I wish I didn't quit. But yeah, that's the story of my football career. I just wanted to break that down for you guys because I thought it would be pretty interesting. And yeah, the moral of that story, do not give up. Do not give up. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. And that's one of the biggest regrets of my life, dude. I wish I never quit football.